on, guys? It's your boy John Liquidator coming back with another video. So what looked like former Browns players is blaming Kevin Stefanski for the media circus that the Browns and Shedeur Sanders has been enduring this whole season before the season even starts. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Cleveland. Let's get it. Let's go. Now, with that being said, we have to talk about the word at hand. And the word at hand being that a lot of these Browns media people is paying attention to what's going on. Now, it's no secret that they've been bad when it comes to reporting on Shedeur. But this season, what makes this season a little different is that it looked like Shedeur is not the only target for the Browns. They're going to head coach Todd Monken, some other players, and many people like former players and other people that's pro Shedeur in the media is pointing out that maybe it could be because of Kevin Stefanski relationship with some of these media personalities. There's no question that Mary Kay had a relationship with him, probably Jason Lloyd, and many other guys that report on Cleveland in the media. Now, former players got a podcast, and they went on a podcast to say this.
The culture is set at the top. I told Stefanski that my problem with Stefanski was the hierarchy. As for players, men need to be led. Football is the biggest team sport.
I always felt like Stefanski was a pushover.
I need to be in my team-issued gear for walkthrough. Not in thong flip-flops. I went out there for alumni. You don't remember alumni?
Or nothing.
Or nothing. They was out there, young guys, in thong flip-flops. And they called their coach, Kevin. Jarvis said something about Stefanski.
Now, that doesn't surprise me because
I knew it.
But we've seen it happen.
I knew it. He stated a fact.
Stefanski, when it get hot in that kitchen, Stefanski going to get out.
He's the first one out.
He's the first one out. Just like it's proven a couple times with the play calling. When it gets hot, things are not working out, he's going to hand it off to somebody else.
He let it get smoky in there, but when it get a little too hot,
now, all of these three guys played for the Cleveland Browns, so they know the Browns way. So for those of us who just now tuning in, basically what they're saying is everything that Kevin was doing is not the Browns way. But so many people fell in love with Kevin because he won a couple football games and gave a little hope that obviously he wasn't able to succeed on. That made them not trip off the other things that was happening to their football team. Now, this is the latest report that's coming from the NFL Network in regards to the Cleveland Browns. Let's listen.
Another open competition in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders in particular. Todd Monken, new head coach there, very excited to be able to coach those guys. And look, both players are very different, but they're both playmakers. And there's a lot of excitement in Cleveland about a head coach that will allow them to do exactly what they do, creating plays outside of scheme. Monken talked at the combine about being pleasantly surprised about the mobility that Shedeur has, the ability for him to be able to extend plays outside of scheme and make plays when nothing's there. He'll get an opportunity to do that there. And I know Shedeur's been working with his private quarterback coach, Daryl Colbert, on being able to put that foot in the ground and let it rip. That's something that he didn't do as consistently as they wanted as a rookie. They think more reps and a system that helps him will give him a chance to win this quarterback competition. And look, the Browns have 2 first-round picks at 6 and 24, but my understanding is they're more likely to use those picks to supplement the offense, keep an eye on them at wide receiver and left tackle at those spots, and maybe they wait another year for quarterback and allow these 2 guys, Shedeur and Deshaun Watson, to be able to show what they've got with the new head coach.
So there you guys have it, man. This is straight. This ain't Cleveland media. This ain't none of that. This is the NFL Network letting us know they're not drafting another quarterback, man. So hang that on up and let's put our boots on and get prepared for the battle at hand. That's this.
There's a very good chance of it. Right now, as the roster stands, I think it's clear there's a competition between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. And obviously Dylan Gabriel's on the team, but I think what was obvious is we saw Shedeur's ceiling showed higher than Dylan's. And so then you go 2 second years, I think Shedeur edges out Dylan in that conversation. And then you have Deshaun Watson, who wants to get back to the field from that Achilles injury. And you've got Todd Monken, who's that quarterback developer, player developer, but Courtney wants to develop the quarterback, and that doesn't just mean a guy going into a second year in Shedeur Sanders. That means can he get the most out of Deshaun Watson? Can he fix those things that didn't go right with Deshaun when he was playing, when he was healthy, when he was with the Browns on the field? And I think that obviously is a conversation that is being had in the building. Now, the only thing that shakes up those percentages for me is who they bring in as a fourth quarterback, because there's going to be another quarterback in that room. for camp one way or another. Whether they draft a guy or sign somebody in free agency or trade for somebody remains to be seen to me. But I think that player, to me, changes that percentage of Shedor's likelihood to be the day one starter, because it could be different. It could it could rattle everything. But right now, as it stands, I think Todd Monken likes the game making ability that Shedeur Sanders has and wants to see more of that. And I think we saw some really good things from Shedeur talent-wise. And there's some things, obviously, to clean up that I think have been clearly identified and something that feels right down player developers' alley of making good reads and not pushing too hard and just being a little bit smarter with the ball, taking care of the ball a little bit more. I think that's exactly what somebody like Todd Monken is intending to do. And so if he can succeed in that, I think that my percentage shoots up even further. I think that it's 70, 80% if he can get that out of him. But it all does change depending on who they bring in to be another quarterback in that room for the summer.
So that is the latest report as about, I would say, 20 minutes to an hour ago as to what is happening with the Browns. That was Cameron Justice giving us a little bit more insight as what the Browns game plan is. Now, as of right now, so now that's a Cleveland Browns reporter and national reports letting us know that the Browns is going to stick it out with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. My bad, guys. But I'm telling you right now, we got to pay attention to what is going to happen. The Browns need a left tackle. I'm guessing one of these new guys that they got will play center so they can check the center position mark off the board. The left tackle is where they really need some help at. That's probably what they finna get off the draft. Wide receiver help, more than likely, is where they finna get. Somebody is leaning towards, so what some people say, they're leaning towards the Ohio State wide receiver. Some people say Jordan Tyson. I believe Jordan Tyson is just better fit for Shedeur, but we know how they go. They might not even want to put all their eggs in the basket when it comes to Shedeur. But something we must do is pay attention to these narratives that's possibly going to be coming out the more we get closer to OTAs. Now, I know a lot of people is wondering about Dylan Gabriel. As of right now, it's still the same story. Dylan Gabriel is on this roster until we hear otherwise. Now, there was reports coming out at the beginning of March that Dylan Gabriel was possibly going to be on his way. Could this be a situation to where don't nobody want Dylan? Because if that is the situation that don't nobody want Dylan, they're probably going to release Dylan for nothing and just cut him off the damn team. Now, I hope that's not the case. I would hate to see for anybody to get cut, but at the end of the day, this is business. And could this be part of the reason why Kevin Stefanski got fired for wasting the Browns' third-round draft pick on Dylan Gabriel? We know how much the Browns love their draft picks. They'll trade players for draft picks. And if that is the case, that could be a big, big reason why Kevin Stefanski was let go. Bump losing the games because he was losing already. You know, he was losing before Shedeur got here. Did they fire Kevin Stefanski for wasting a damn third-round pick? That is something we going to be talking about, because I might be going live later today or possibly before the weekend out to just have some dialogue with y'all. But be sure to hype the video, like the video, and until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out.